Hey everyone, this is DayTraderRockStar for a S&P update, a stock update, and actually some new stocks that are go on the focus list going into tomorrow. Some better setups than I tell you, keep on coming up with these good setups. So got really two good ones for today. But let's start off with the S&P 500, and this is just going back and looking at the history of this first. 'Cause I think history is also going to give us education, and you can see the channel here and the retracement of the channel and the oversold stochastic indicator lining up. This is one of my favorite setups, and I talk about it all the time on the radio. So when we do see these set up on a daily or on the 5-minute or the 60-minute chart, this is always something to pay attention to. And from this level, there was a tremendous rally from the markets. At that point, you could have actually gone back to April highs, draw another trend line down here, and watch that level. And you can actually see that level held up for a couple of days, then we blew through that. Now we've actually made that move. We got to an area of resistance, this 1131 area. Everyone was keeping an eye on it. It was recent highs back in that level. And we could pop through that and close pretty strong. Tomorrow we have the FOMC rate decision and meeting, and that happens at 2:15. And normally you see the market kind of suspend up into that level, and then after that level, depending on what's going on, what kind of comments come out of the out of that decision, we'll see a direction in the market. At this point, I do not want to be trying to capture a short in this market. Not until it proves itself. And what we do is, what I do is wait for those confirmations, wait for those perfect setups. I don't want to just take the hedge that we're going to have some sell into or short into this spike and stuff. It's just a little not ready. I think it's too easy to make money in this market, as long as you have the patience to wait for those really good confirmation setups. And catching this top, this could be dangerous. And so that's that. So it's going to be, it's all going to come down to 2:15 tomorrow. See if there's any news that spikes the market higher, scares it off. We're at a level here what I would expect. And again, one last trend line which I wanted to put in here, which I did put in here earlier, and you can see this upper trend line. Which when we go back out into this one now, let's just let me get rid of this one and show you another one. This would have been a nice upward channel line here starting to form. And possibly still we have to see what happens tomorrow. If we get a reversal back into this channel, that might be an interesting setup. Even a rising type of wedge channel here. It's even a longer term, but stochastics are embedded, and that's about as far as I'm going to take it with the S&P. I think there's much better setups in stocks. And let's just go over a few of the stocks that we traded today, and some new setups and stocks that are just about ready to be set up. So again, just want to touch base on Leapfrog. Leapfrog was, I just want to show you why we picked some of these things. Again, you can see the strength here and the kind of the slanted inverted head and shoulders pattern. This right shoulder, left shoulder. We're talking heads and shoulders and heads and shoulders are basically a trend changing pattern. So you have a lower low and a lower low and then a higher low. A lower low is the shoulder, a lower low is the head, and then the higher low is the right shoulder. That's what you always look for, reversal patterns. And the reason I got in this is to start to see that reversal. We started holding this level. I did my research, and we got in, and man, what a day it was today on Leapfrog. So took a lot of that off the table into profit. I do think there's a shot to $6 very easily on this one, though. So still holding some shares, and we'll probably continue to hold. All right, this one was on the 10 for 1,000 watch list for this week, and again, that goes out each Sunday to the members of the site. And again, I'm going to talk about it now because it made a tremendous move. We got in it this morning, and it closed near the highs. And I'm going to continue to watch this one try to break out of this pattern. This is, the beginning of what looks like, a wedge pattern. Even here, this is the wedge pattern, but here is the, maybe the channel. And what got us in here? Well, because I knew it wasn't, one of these patterns that break to the upside. Out of, as we get down and mature into the pattern, to be at the wedge or the channel. But at this point right now, we still had the momentum. The stochastics were actually, flattening out before the extreme level there, and we had a nice reversal candlestick. So everything looked good for the continuation and breakout of this. Plus, I like the company. A quality company and a nice organized pullback here. It was very nice setup. So IR continue to be in play. Lockheed Martin, again, this was a pick from last week, LMT, and just want to follow up on it because I expect some great things out of this. This one's just getting going. Picked it up off the lower trend line based on this wedge pattern and the stochastics, the oversold. Added to it on confirmation the crossover. Today it's ripping. Tomorrow I should get that follow through very easily to get this one up a little, a few more points, possibly up in that 73 zone before I would look to take some profits. Hershey's in a similar scenario. Nice wedge pattern. Notice the wedge pattern. Got the confirmation. What was really great is this is such a great, educational video as well as just a review because it shows us so many good setups. This was the stochastic divergence as the price held off the recent lows at 45.20. But more importantly, there was a downward trend line here. You can see us break out of that, come back, retest it, bounce. And we're staying above that. So we're staying above that. Stochastic get a little oversold here, and that's your divergence. And then you get your breakout and the violent move. That's what you want to be in. You want to be in here, and you want to run it up here. And I took it off Hershey's. It still looks good though, but wanted to take into strength today at the highs here. So it's very nice. Very nice setup. And again, I would probably buy this. What's great about this is all these setups are going to be continued buys down the road. So a month down the road, maybe this moves up to 49 or something, pulls back to, for whatever reason, to 44, and it's down to lower trend line. Another great entry. So these stocks just circle and rotate. All right, MWW, Monster Worldwide, still in play, still holding it. Another nice wedge pattern. And continue to watch that one. Like to get out of this one on the next real big pop on that. So just to take that trade off. Good trade right there. Take Two Interactives. This is we talked about this on the radio today at the end of the day. I like the setup based on, there's a nice little channel being formed here. We're pushing up against that top of that channel line. And we could actually make that channel line a little bit better there. Anyway, we're pushing up against this. Looks good. I kind of like Take Two Interactive, TTWO. So we'll be watching that close tomorrow. I think we can get that break up here. I think we can get a nice 50-cent move in this. TTWO. PSMT, price mark, continues to look perfect here. PSMT. This one we're going into PSMT. This is such a great setup. And again, looking for that expansion. We're already in this. Again, this trade has just been set up and it continues to ramp up here. So PSMT continue. A little update on that. And the WHR, congratulations. People hung out with the WHR here. Started picking up more of it up off the lower trend line in that 72 area. And you can see how it's paid off here in spades. Now we got a momentum. The stochastics are very, very strong here. Looking for this to break through here. $80 was my first short-term target. We hit that today. I could see this easily going to $85. $85 easy right now on a WHR. All right, so a couple of new stocks I'm going to be looking at. There's a lot of other stocks I didn't even go through. Again, I'll go through this all on the radio tomorrow. But, oh my God, you know what? We'll give you one, and then there's a really good one I'm going to send out to the members on a separate video altogether. There's a good one. I want to talk about banks in a second, too. Let's, AMD is one that it looks interesting here. Now, the only thing that scares me, AMD, it's one of these dog type of stocks. But I watch it here. It's in a like 1, 2, 3, 4 pullback off that last pop here. I have a feeling this is going to definitely hold the $6 range and probably start moving back up off of this slowly. Not an exciting stock. Just wanted to throw it out there for you. Also, the banks look set up going into tomorrow. Probably, all the banks. Well, lots of the banks. J.P. Morgan, Citigroup. They all have the classic inverted head and shoulders pattern. Right shoulders being put in higher lows, being put in here and starting to move up. So Goldman Sachs actually looks very good off of this because it actually has a slight little pullback right here, and we're holding a 200 period moving average, like a four-day pullback to the 200 period moving average, and kind of holding that. So that's very interesting, stochastics. I think this market can get it a further push higher. The financials will definitely be part of the charge here because they are set up, and that could definitely help this market. So that's it. That's a little watch list update, little S&P update. Something that was good. It was only Monday. Normally I would do this midweek, but so many things happened. So I really wanted to get these notes out. And we'll look for another great day tomorrow on the market. So this is Day Trader Rockstar for DayTradingRadio.com, broadcasting every day from 8:30 in the morning to 4 o'clock. And again, bringing you the best setups in the market. So I hope you enjoyed that video.